Alrighty, Facebook. I am interested in knowing if anybody has ever had an experience, whether it's sleep paralysis or an outer body experience, also known as astral projection. Okay, so I want to share with you guys my understanding of sleep paralysis and outer body experiences, which I've had two in my life. So, growing up, I've always had sleep paralysis, maybe 20 different occasions. And my mother as well, before she passed, told me she had sleep paralysis plenty of times. So, let's start off with sleep paralysis before I share my experience on my outer body experience. And if you guys had an outer body experience, I'd like for you guys to share it with me too. So anyways, so let's start off with sleep paralysis before I share my OBE or outer body experience, or my understanding of what sleep paralysis is. I remember reading an article on sleep paralysis because, first of all, sleep paralysis is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like you can't move. And it can be very scary for most people because as humans, naturally, we fear the unknown. And during sleep paralysis, you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't move. You feel like you have no control. Or it actually feels like there's a weight on top of your body while you're sleeping. And sometimes it's almost like you're trying to fight out of your sleep and you can't. And you'll try to scream somebody's name and nothing comes out of your mouth. It's almost like you're up or aware, but your physical body is still sleeping. But you're in your mind and you're like, how come I can't move? So, again, sleep paralysis is when you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't move. Usually when you have a lot of sleep, you sleep earlier, especially if you're on an empty stomach while you go to sleep. Because when you're on an empty stomach, when you go to sleep, there's no energy being used up digesting food. As opposed to eating a big meal and then going to sleep, you're not really fully resting because you still have, your body uses up a lot of energy to digest food. That's why you get a little sleepy when you eat a big meal, especially in the nighttime. It almost knocks you out because it's like your physical body wants you to go to sleep so it can use more of its energy digesting. Just think about Thanksgiving when you eat a big old meal while you're watching TV. It's almost like you want to fall asleep. But anyways, back to the sleep paralysis. I remember reading an article that what happens really when during sleep paralysis, although many will demonize it because, again, it's a frightening experience. It almost feels like, again, there's a weight on top of your body, or there's something on top of your body holding you down while you're sleeping. But I remember reading an article on sleep paralysis and what actually is going on during sleep paralysis. But again, when you go to sleep early, or some people say when you move your bed around, like if you move your bed to the other room, sometimes it happens. Or again, when you go to bed early or go to bed without eating, like, eat around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, a big meal, go to bed around 9 o'clock so you don't have really food digesting in your body. So sleep paralysis, in the article I read, they said, I remember reading that it's actually, all right, when you're falling asleep, right? And you're nodding off. It's like you're nodding off. Right when you're falling asleep, you start nodding your head like, well, when that's happening, there's melatonin running through your bloodstream. So when we're tired and we're nodding off, falling asleep, our brain produces melatonin, and it allows the melatonin to run through our bloodstream. And melatonin has an effect on the body where it paralyzes the body so that we can sleep. So when you wake up during sleep paralysis, what's going on is there's still lots of melatonin running through your bloodstream, and your physical body's still slightly paralyzed, even though you're up and aware consciously. So I just wanted to throw that in there from what I remembered about reading that article in the past a long time ago, like when I was like 19. I'm gonna be 33 pretty soon. But yeah, so anyways, my sleep paralysis / outer body experience story. Again, I had sleep paralysis many times, but when I was 18, well, first of all, my mother was involved with this story, but when I was 18, my mother told me, she revealed to me that she had breast cancer. And I obviously was concerned. And as soon as she left the house, I literally remembered yelling at God. Like I was literally blaming God. Like I was screaming internally. Like, yo, why is the world such a bad place? Like, why do people have to suffer? Like, why does my mom, I've seen my mother stress. My mother had to work 2 jobs, 2 factory jobs to support me and my little brother. Like, me as an empath, I literally felt every emotion my mother had growing up. So I was literally screaming at God, blaming him, because I was pissed. I was angry. I was just like, why is the world a bad place? Why do people suffer? Why my mom has to have cancer? Like, why? Like, why am I here? Like, why does it gotta be this way? Like, are you even real? I was even questioning God, and I was like, are you real? Are you even real? Like, show me the truth. I started screaming internally in my heart, in my mind, like, are you even real? Like, show me the truth. Show me the truth. Are you real? Show me. Anyways, 2 days later, I had sleep paralysis. I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't move. And when it happened I wasn't scared. Okay, I even told myself during sleep paralysis, like, here we go again. Because remember, I had sleep paralysis at least 20 times prior to that growing up. I even had sleep paralysis 3 days ago. And yeah, I just remained calm. I couldn't move. I was in my bed. Couldn't move at all. I was just like, what's going on? I almost felt like I would like hearing these almost like a train noise, like a running train, or like a bumblebee vibration noise or something. And all of a sudden, I'm in my room. And I'm like, what the hell? And I remember looking around my room, and I remember feeling that I was taller because my eyes were directly parallel to the wood frame on top of my door. So my eyes were directly leveled to the wood frame on top of my door. So I felt taller. I was like, why am I taller? I'm only 5'4". I'm short. I'm a short guy. So I'm over here freaking out. Why do I feel taller? I'm looking around my room, and I knew it was dark outside, but everything had like a translucent type of, like everything had like an aura around it. Like everything looked like bluish, almost translucent. And it was kind of freaking me out, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I questioned it while it was happening. Am I dreaming? And when we're dreaming, we never know we're dreaming, right? Until we wake up. Like, oh shit, I had a dream. But when that was happening, I felt taller. I was looking around my room. I knew it was dark outside. I could still see everything with this crystally lighting effect. And I told myself, am I dreaming? Let me go tell mommy. So I walked out the room, or maybe floated out the room. And I go to the kitchen, and I see this old lady. She didn't look scary at all. She just looked like an elderly lady. And when we both glanced at each other, we both got startled. We both looked at each other like, what the? And she did it also. When she seen me, she did one of those like, what the? And I still freaked out because I'm in my head like, who the hell was this lady in my house? I ran back to my room, freaking out. I jumped on my bed, and I felt like I grabbed the blanket and put it over my head. I was scared. And all of a sudden I woke up laying on my bed. And I was still a little bit scared. I even forgot my cousin Matthew was sleeping right next to me. And I woke him up. And yeah, he was living with us at the time. And I woke him up. I told him what happened. His voice brought me back to reality, so to speak, and my fear went away. I told him, he's like, oh, you were just dreaming, bro. You were just dreaming. And I knew I wasn't dreaming. Like, that thing felt real. Like, it felt as real as right now. Like, just like right now, like reality. Like, it was felt that real. Like, so I started doing a bunch of research, of course. I read about out-of-body experiences and sleep paralysis. And I knew for a fact that I wasn't the only one that experienced this. And there's so many people all around the world that experience sleep paralysis and out-of-body experiences or astral projection. A lot of the times when people have car accidents, they experience leaving their bodies. Or sometimes people, when they get operated in the hospital, they experience leaving their bodies. There's so many books on this, so many articles, so many people's experiences all around the world. And yeah, that was my experience with out-of-body with my OBE or out-of-body experience. Life-changing. And remember, guys, 2 days before that, I was yelling at God. Or the self, same thing. Self, God, God, self. If we're made in God's image, or we are the creation of God, then it's almost like the same thing. You know, but yeah, I was yelling at God, telling him I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. Like, show me the truth. Like, are you real? Show me the truth. 2 days later, I experienced an out-of-body experience. So, whether God allowed me to have that experience, or if I propelled that experience to happen out of my own desire, because I was literally knocking on that door, screaming, I want to know the truth. Show me the truth. Show me the truth. Like, I want to know if you're real. I want to know if you're real. Show me the truth. So, again, whether God allowed me to have that experience or the desire of me wanting to know the truth allowed me to have that experience, because I remember beliefs or our desire to know things will bring experiences to come. So I was knocking on that door. I was asking for the truth. And with that belief, I allowed myself to experience that. Either or. Some will argue, but whether God allowed me to have that experience or I allowed myself to have that experience by believing and wanting to know the truth, it's the same thing to me. You be the judge. You be the judge on that. But yeah, that was my experience, my out-of-body experience. And yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys had sleep paralysis. Well, I mean, it's like 50-50 chance when I tell random people, have you ever had sleep paralysis? It's like 50% of the time people say no. And 50% of the time people say, yeah, that happened to me. What is that? How do you know about that? Oh, that happened to me a couple times. Like, I always ask random people because it was a life-changing experience, obviously. So, yeah, I'm very into the bizarre and the mysterious, as you may or may not know. And that's really a part of who I am. You know, a lot of people would fear everything I'm saying right now and demonize this, but not me. I want to know the truth of my nature and what we are, or the deeper meaning of what we are. But yeah, that was my experience on outer body experience. If you guys had a sleep paralysis or outer body experience, yeah, feel free to share with me if you don't mind. I know it can probably be a little annoying to type a big ass book on your experience. I know a lot of people who have outer body experiences may have encountered, like I encountered that elderly lady. You know, I've read online that people, you know, had other type of experiences with creatures or whatever. But other than that, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna try to stop it at 20 minutes. But I read a book called The Soul Traveler. I think the author's name is Albert Taylor. I'm not sure. He's a black guy. You know, you can find him on YouTube or Google. If you Google his book, The Soul Traveler, it's a book this thick, really thin. You can read it within a week. But he explains how when you are in the other side, that we're pure thought process. But if you believe that you have a physical body, you're still going to see your physical body. But like supposedly when we're on the other side, if you like picture an apple in your hand, it's going to automatically appear. Or if you are thinking about your fears, on the other side, they manifest themselves. Or if you want to move, you don't have a physical body on the other side. Like, you have to really thought to move. Like, you want to go straight ahead, you really have to thought it out, if that makes sense. Or you have to think that you're moving straight ahead and it automatically happens. And again, according to the book, if you want to be, say, seeing the pyramids in Egypt, you automatically appear there on the other side. So I just wanted to throw that in there, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind having another outer body experience just to explore my nature or whatnot. And of course, this is going to go against religion. You know, if I really don't want to hear any demonic comments, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? You can comment whatever you want to comment. I want to hear your guys' experiences. This is my experience. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Your boy, Spirit Free TV. And enjoy y'all days. And more videos coming soon. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.